On today's episode of Kilts and Culture with USA Kilts, we try Aberlour's Speyside 12-year.
Aberlour, it's the whiskey you'll adore.
The history of the Gaelic lands is one of struggle, punctuated by moments of sheer brilliance.
Tartan is Scotland's gift to the world, and it is your personal heritage story. Howdy, boys and girls. Welcome to Kilts and Culture. I'm Rocky. This is animatronic Erik.
Yo.
Today, special treat. We have... Whoa! I almost lost it that time. I actually almost lost it. Okay, who did this one? Andrew Rothstein, friend of the show, gave us Aberlour Speyside 12-year. I'm actually very, very excited about this. I cheated. I opened it and smelled it before. And
You bastard.
it does smell good.
Okay.
So, if you're playing along at home, pour yourself a little pint. Or
Pint.
pour yourself a
Pushing
pint of
all those
scotch.
chips
It's going to be a
forward.
long show. We're going to play a drinking game.
Just a wee pint.
Every time Rocky blinks, you have a drink. Erik, can I have your glass, pretty
You
please?
sure can.
Do you need a pint glass while I'm up? Should I go get one? Or
Yeah,
six?
that may be either wishful thinking or something. There you go, Mr. Mack. And while you are here, what tartan do you have on today?
Oh, I got Stewart Old Weathered on.
Stewart Old Weathered. Very pretty, very nice. Erik, what do you have on there?
County Leitrim.
County Leitrim. Very nice.
One of my favorites.
Yes, indeed, indeed. And today I am wearing
Ooh.
Stewart Royal Weathered, made for me by my good friend Barb Tewksbury. A wonderful, wonderful kilt maker in her own right. Okay, so Aberlour 12-year. Mac, what do we have on the nose for our Aberlour?
Well, our color is golden amber with a touch of red.
It is.
It is very amber.
It is.
For the nose, rich notes of golden honey, fruity pears, and vanilla toffee.
And I've heard that it's a fine example of how the crisp citrus character of our new distillate is softened by the double cask maturation. I can't read without my freaking glasses. Traditional oak and sherry butts? Sherry butts?
Sherry butts.
It's
Combined?
part of the barrel, guys.
Okay, got it. I wasn't thinking about the anatomy of a barrel. Combined to deliver a subtly balanced flavor.
Flavor.
Yes, indeed, flavor.
Flavor.
So, honey, you said on the
I
nose.
said some honey, I said some fruity pears, and some vanilla toffee.
Vanilla toffee?
Yeah.
Golly.
No,
How unique.
Daring today, aren't we?
I know. Well, at least it wasn't like yellow sap and...
I'm getting toffee-ish kind of smell, and I'm getting honey. I'm definitely getting both of those.
I'm not getting the honey,
just
but I am
getting
getting the
whiskey.
pear.
Yeah. I don't eat pears enough, so
See, I led my own witness. I'm getting the more the toffee. But that's, you know,
see what happens when you make fun
a
of
little bit,
Aberlour. Comes back and bites
a
you.
little bit of the, didn't say it had a bite.
Smells good.
Bark
though.
says bite.
It does smell good.
It really does smell good. I'm hoping to enjoy
just going
this.
in.
All right. Yep.
Slange.
Yep.
So the palate should be smooth with tangy orange, red apple, licorice, and almond notes.
I don't know about any of that. I get smooth. Yes, 100%.
Sweet.
I get a little bit of tangy.
Short.
It's not peppery. I get a little bit of the metallic-y, tangy kind of on the sides of my
On the
mouth.
sides.
A touch.
On the sides, yeah.
We just opened this. It has not really breathed, so we're doing it a disservice. But it's good.
It's good.
I like it.
Like, I'm getting a little licorice.
Yeah. I don't get the almonds. I do
No.
get a little bit of the black licorice.
I can get the
touch.
almonds, but it's more of in the aftertaste.
Yeah, I think I'm...
In the finish, I'm getting the almond.
Yeah. Well,
Very, very toffee. It's got, you can tell it's sherry. I can
And her
always
butt.
pick up on the sherry notes.
Yeah.
But
And the butt. Yeah,
And her
definitely.
butt.
I taste the butt.
sherry's got a really great butt.
They're saying the finish is smooth and sweet with a hint of spice.
I'm going to get more of the almond on the finish.
I get the hint of spice. It's a tiny bit. It's not really that
a dabble.
pronounced. Yes.
And the bite is definitely on the sides.
Yeah.
The pepperiness.
But it's
a
minimal.
a wee bit of pepper. Very
Yeah.
minimal.
I don't even really get what I would describe as pepper compared to other whiskeys that we've had, this I would describe more as like a minor metallic bite.
I agree.
But I like it. Yeah, let's open it up
I
with
really
a
like it too.
tiny bit of water. A drop.
That's a joke
or
on a
two.
commercial, not an accent, by the way. Do you remember? Did you ever see the old Irish Spring soap commercials when you were a kid? They're so bad.
Maybe. I vaguely remember them.
Now that's my kind of soap.
And we like it too.
Just, cringe.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that really brought out it's pepperier and more bitterer with the water. I don't like it with the water as much.
It definitely took
lost-
the metallic out for me. It's a
I
tiny
lost
bit
some
of
of the
pepper now.
sweetness. I think. I know, but yeah, we all know I have a very different palate. So
Everyone has a different palate. Mac, how are you feeling about the that so far?
I still like it.
I think I'm leaning more with Erik on this. I liked it without the water.
Yeah, I did too.
With the
It changed it.
It
I don't
did.
know if I like it more or less, or I agree. It tastes a little bit different with the water. So I don't know if that's better or worse.
I like it without.
Better or worse? Better or worse?
I don't know. After a pint, it's not going to matter.
That's very true.
I made mine into a milkshake.
No. I do not want a Scotch flavored milkshake. No. Any alcohol with milk, it's hard.
Have you ever had a beer milkshake?
No,
Or
don't want that either.
Or a beer float? A beer float.
Somebody tried to convince me to do like a Guinness float.
Yes.
And I'm
Good
like,
Guinness
yeah,
float. Yeah.
still no.
Like a chocolate stout, or an imperial stout with some vanilla ice cream.
Nope.
See, now I'm thinking
It's not good.
I'm thinking Shanky's as a milkshake would be good because it's already vanilla.
Yeah.
Already.
Meanwhile, back at the Scotch.
I'm channeling my inner Micheline Flynn. When I drink whiskey, I drink whiskey.
When I drink whiskey, I drink whiskey.
No milkshake whiskeys or something. All right, Mac, let's rate this puppy. 1 to 10. Get in there with the decimal. What do we got? Aberlour 12-year Speyside.
I'm going 8-1 without the water.
Okay.
Okay. It's a good score. It's a good score. Erik?
7.5.
7.5?
I do like it.
7.5?
I do like it. It's a nice
Okay.
balance.
With or without the water? Without, I'm assuming?
I prefer without the water.
Okay.
But we need to let it breathe. So
Yes, that's fair. I'm going to go 8.3 with or without the water. It does add
Okay.
a little, gives it a little different angle. But I like it
something.
both ways.
okay.
So I'm going 8.3. So high marks for Aberlour 12-year. I do enjoy this. I would definitely drive to go get it. All right, boys and girls, thank you for joining us. As always, we are here, but your humble servants, to answer whatever kilts and/or culture-related questions you have. So load those down in the comments. And while we are waiting for those to percolate, I'm going to pour more another pint of scotch here. It's going to be a long show, boys and girls. I like this one. And I'm talking about pints.
How can we convince our audience that we're not alcoholics? I mean,
Let's drink more on the show. That's a great idea.
Talk about pints.
Yes, indeed. All right. Really, we only drink on the show at work, anyway.
You know what I haven't had in a long time that I'd really enjoy is a poor man's black velvet. That's my favorite drink.
Okay.
My favorite casual drink.
Okay.
Delicious.
Indeed.
You don't even know what it is, do you?
No idea. That's the first question.
Okay. Mac Masks said, my brother's wedding in October will have us all in McClellan tartan kilts. Since I'm probably the only one to ever wear the kilt again, my brother decided to order everyone else cheap kilts from overseas. He is also ordering matching tartan sporrans. Yeah. I'm trying to talk him out of that, and at least into inexpensive semi-formal sporrans. I'm picturing the matching tartan sporrans looking very cheap and less useful as all-around sporrans. What are your thoughts on matching tartan sporrans? So it's a bit of a shaggy dog, but I will forgive him for the cheap kilts for a wedding party. Okay, I get it. You know, it's for them it's a costume. For you, it's lifestyle clothing. The tartan sporrans, that's a whole nother matter.
Well, I'll give him some grace, but I won't forgive him for. I will forgive him, not forget him. For the cheaper kilts, because you can possibly rent
You can
kilts
rent.
as opposed to buying a cheaper kilt.
Well, if it has to be McClellan tartan, maybe decide
Some
to buy
places rent your own tartan. They charge you more money, but they'll allow you to rent any particular tartan.
Okay.
All right, we'll put that to the side. The hard freaking pass on tartan sporrans. Period. End of story. No. Good God, do not do that. Please share this video with him. I would much rather see even just a simple day sporran.
Yeah.
And even let's backing up 2 more steps. Let's say he's buying these for the groomsmen, can't rent sporrans, and it's a casual-esque type wedding. Well, even if it's a formal wedding, I'd
Let's
rather
just say
see
daytime.
Yeah.
A lot of weddings are daytime, which gives you more latitude these
Yeah.
days. So
I'd rather see a. I'd rather even. Can't believe this is about to come out of my mouth.
Oh no.
I'd rather see if you're gonna go budget route, and it's gonna be made in Pakistan, dress sporran, period. You only have $50 to spend per sporran. That's it, and it's got to be formal. I'd rather see a black rabbit for cheap import dress sporran than a tartan dress sporran. I'd even rather see, because I don't know, he didn't say whether the tartan sporran was a dress sporran or a day sporran, so we don't know what.
He also didn't say if it was going to be the same
level.
tartan as the kilt.
Let's at least hope it's that much. I'd rather even see a day sporran
Totally.
than a tartan
Totally.
sporran. Yeah. It distracts from the look of the kilt. It's too weird because
It's costumey.
yeah, it's very costumey. It smacks of trying too hard. It smacks of if it doesn't align perfectly with the tartan on the person, it's gonna throw off the visual. If it does align with the person's tartan, then it still throws off the visual because you're looking for the sporran and you just see tartan. So I'd rather see a black dress sporran, a black day sporran, something a lot simpler than a tartan sporran. Ever hard stop.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add except, it just makes you wonder how. I'm trying to remember how long these things have been around, because they're totally a gimmick. They're absolutely a gimmick, and the only leeway I've ever given for them is like if you're wearing one with a pocketless utility kilt. You're just doing a small nod to traditional Highland dress, but mostly it's just a modern, casual, for fun, going to a concert or something kind of a look.
Or a black solid kilt. Like a traditional
black
kilt
solid kilt with a
black.
tartan sporran. Maybe. I can't stand them though. I really dislike them.
Yeah.
Just from an aesthetic standpoint, as well as a tradition standpoint. It's just not good, dude. Not good. I don't know. Maybe it's a punk rock wedding. I don't know. Or maybe the bride really loves them or something. There are factors we don't know here. But my instinct is that you could probably get a cheap leather sporran like you're talking about for the same cost, and it would be fine. Yeah, it's
the only, you said punk rock wedding. The only way I could even personally consider a tartan sporran would be if you've jumped the shark to such a degree that you have a tartan jacket, tartan vest, tartan sporran, tartan kilt, all in different tartans, punk rock boots, mohawk, like a crazy over and zippers all over everything.
Right.
That kind
You're
of
going
over the
hardcore.
top crazy. I'm gonna thumb my nose at tradition 100% just because. Okay, fine. Like it kind of almost makes sense for being so bad it's good. It's come around full circle.
Yeah.
In a specific, a very very specific way. Outside of that, hard stop.
Yeah. No.
So, Mac, I've looked like I've broken you.
No, I was gonna go like when you started talking in that direction. I was like, all right, so we do a black kilt, but we have the tartan sporran, but our jacket, the accents are in tartan, or flip it.
How very
and do
well
the,
should you.
do the
Pretty
body in tartan and the accents in black, and then you
Velvet.
do the shoes with the tartan insets in the
Okay.
shoes.
They have to be loafers with just
Yes.
the tartan on the top, though.
Are these all the same tartan?
Oh, of course.
You're not going crazy?
No, not. I'm keeping
mix
them all the
match?
same. I'm keeping
Okay.
all.
Yeah.
Let's say Loud McLeod.
Keep it classy.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Yep.
Yeah, this is.
You're gonna look like a doo-wop group or something.
I'm just picturing Mac.
It's funny because I actually I have a meme going up scheduled for next week, which was one of these. It's based on one of those horrible tartan Prince Charlie outfits that we've seen with the gray satin lapels, and it's just this cheesy piece of crap thing that you find on the internet, and I turned it into a meme. It's going to be one of my caption this memes, so look forward to having fun with that. But no.
Yeah, no, hard stop.
There's ways to do it and twist it and be very modern with it, okay? But this is not a good way to do that. I don't think so.
No. Please talk about it.
Here you go.
The bride talk about it.
Here you go. Hypothetical torture question. Would you rather them be in tartan covered sporrans or have all the groomsmen wearing sashes? You have to choose.
I choose death.
It's the other way, actually.
Oh, my bad.
It's right to left.
Oh, hold my whiskey.
Wait, no, is it right to left? I forgot. I think it's right to left.
I'm right-handed, so I got to pull across this direction.
As long as you're splitting the tanden,
yes,
the chakra there, that's
indeed.
the main thing. Yeah.
Okay, yes. So, honorable death is what I choose. All right. Mr. Mack, what do we have out there on the interwebs?
All right. We have a question coming from Twitch.
We got question.
Apparently, I've had a pint.
From Twist.
Yeah. Light Quiver wants to know any reasons 11-ounce wool doesn't come in like a casual or a 5-yard or an 8-yard or premier options. Why?
Absolutely, there are reasons.
Why not?
Essentially, can it be done? Sure. Is it good? Not my opinion, which is why we don't offer it. Speaking very, very plainly, for a man's kilt, traditional man's kilt, 16 ounces is considered heavyweight, 13 ounces is considered medium weight. For women's, and those are two good, perfect, wonderful options for an 8-yard wool kilt. When you move down to a 5-yard wool kilt, you're sacrificing a few yards of cloth. So most people prefer, if there is an option, 16 ounce for a 5-yard kilt. 13 ounce still, it's fine, but it's a little bit less fabric. So most people, if everything is equal, would prefer 16 ounce. 11 ounce is a bit light. Typically, 11 ounce is used for women's wear, for neckties, for handkerchiefs, like for things that are like need to be lightweight because they have to be softer and they have to be like floppier. Yeah. So when you get into a man's kilt, even for like dancers' kilts, because they're so athletic and out there jumping around and stuff, they're 8 yards, usually of 11 ounce fabric, but they're also hemmed on the bottom because it gives it a little bit more weight to the bottom of the kilt because they're sacrificing the ounce in the fabric, so they have to hem the bottom of the kilt to give it a little bit more. Ultimately, in my opinion, and as owner of the company, way back when we first started, in my opinion, it was one of those, like, it doesn't make a great kilt. I don't want to put my name on it, which is why we don't offer it as an option on the website. If you unsuspecting, brand new guy buying a kilt, say, hey, I want to get my tartan and I'm going to get Stewart Royal, but I want to, there's all these different options. I'm in Florida. I'll get an 11 ounce kilt in a 5-yard. They may get it and may say, ugh, this isn't good. I don't like this. And now they're going to have a bad association with a product with our company, even though we gave them exactly what they wanted. So in this instance, we're kind of acting on behalf of the customer and saying, these are the options of weight that we think are acceptable for these particular garments. Therefore, these are the ones that we are showing you. Now, if you said, my tartan is bell with the borders and it's only available in 11 ounce and I'm going to get an 8-yard kilt. Can you do bell with the borders and an 8-yard kilt in 11 ounce? Sure. Or the Connacht province tartan or something like that. Sure. It's only available in 11 ounce. Give us a call. We can sort it out for you. But there's still going to be a little bit of hesitation from the staff downstairs saying, or from the sales staff saying, like, are you sure? We're not going to make you sign a disclaimer saying, yes, I understand this is going to be lightweight, but it's going to be a hesitation of, are you sure you know what you're doing? Are you sure you want 11 ounce? And if your answer is, yes, I specifically want 11 ounce, okay, cool. We'll make it for you. So that's a long-winded way to say that answer.
It doesn't hold the pleats as well, right?
I would say it holds the pleats fine.
Okay.
Strathmore's 11 ounce, Mac, back me up if you agree. Strathmore's 11 ounce is a little bit harder than Lochcarron's 10.5, 11 ounce Reaver.
Yeah, Lochcarron is definitely softer.
Yeah, it's softer. I think it holds. You could put a pleat in it pretty well though, still, because we do it for women's wear, and it still holds a pleat for that.
What about the set size? Isn't sometimes they reduce the set size when they weave 11?
Yeah, sometimes the set size is a little bit smaller, either because it's the individual threads or yarns in the actual weaving are smaller.
Oh, of course.
And or they know that they're making it for women's wear or neckties, so they want to have a smaller scale because it's a smaller frame on the woman or a smaller part of it that's going to be seen on a necktie. So, yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah, that's part of the reasons why we don't generally offer it, but yeah, it can be done. So, cool.
We can do it. Don't ask.
Erik.
Andrew Owen asked if we have any thoughts on Lochcarron's new mini fly plaids. Do they look good to your sense of style?
Are they new?
I don't know if they're new. They're
thought
new
they
to me.
were
I
around
had
for a
never
while.
seen them before, so it was new to me. We did get this question ahead of time, so I had the guys pull an image so we can show you what it looks like.
All right, so that is Lochcarron's mini fly plaid. I understand why they did it.
Why did they do it, Rocky?
It's less cloth.
Oh.
And when you wear a fly plaid, a traditional fly plaid, it's essentially 50-ish inch square, so 50 by 50, fringed around the edges, box plate in one shoulder, and you pull that box plate through the epaulette of your jacket. It comes down to about the bottom of your pectoral muscle in the front, and in the back, it goes down about to the top of your hose or middle of the calf kind of range, depending on your height.
Right.
So you have 10 or 15% of the weight in the front and 85-90% of the weight in the back. So what it ends up doing is pulling the shoulder of your jacket up, and you end up looking a little bit more disheveled. The mini fly plaid from Lochcarron, it's squished in, so it's a little bit more balanced. It's like wearing not a sash, but a chunk of fabric down the front and a chunk down the back, and it's a little bit lighter. Therefore, it's not going to kind of yank at the shoulder of your jacket. It's a little bit more like 60-40 split or 30-70, so it doesn't, throw your.
I'm sure that they have a clientele who think it looks more modern and more streamlined. Also, it's like it's a. Yeah, I mean, a fly plaid is already kind of a homage to, to the great kilt, and it's basically just there as a decorative piece. So why not just simply, modernize it even more, make it even more abstract? But
it looks more tailored.
Exactly. Well, it is more tailored.
Less like floofy whippity-doo-dah.
It looks like you have a stole, like you're a reverend and you have a stole, and before you went into the church, the wind blew it off half of your outfit. I don't know.
Yeah. It's about the same width as like a scarf or something like that. So I kind of get your vibe there. It looks like it kind of half flew off.
I'm a nerd. It also reminds me of the classic Star Trek Romulan uniforms.
Okay, fair.
They had this weird scarf thing coming down on their one side. It was just yeah. I don't care for it. Is there anything wrong with it? No. I mean, like we said, like I said, the fly plaid, the original fly plaid is not a practical garment. It's purely decorative. So if you're gonna have a decoration, sure, you can play around with the concept if you want to. Adds a little flash of color. I guess it's okay. I don't care for it personally, but I also don't see anything really wrong with it. I just don't think it's not the be-all end-all of good taste.
Okay, so I don't disagree. I would say it is. You don't have to wear a fly plaid or Lochcarron's mini fly plaid or whatever they call it.
Right.
You don't have to wear either of those to be dressed formal. So I think we're both kind of in agreement that I'd kind of give it a hard stop on any fly plaids.
Yeah.
Except for pictures. They look good in pictures, but then take it off. That said, of the two, you had to choose one. Desert Island, you need a fly plaid.
The regular one, for sure.
So you choose the regular one, not this one, which is potentially a little bit more balanced. It may be solving a problem. It's neither are traditional.
What problem do you think I have?
The weight of the fly plaid pulling the jacket.
I would still go with the traditional one.
Okay.
I like the swish better. I think it looks better in motion. I mean, if you actually have the guts to wear it when you have your first dance with your bride, or if you're processing somewhere, you're going to get some of that whoosh, whoosh, whoosh effect. You're not going to get that with this thing. So I think it's more dramatic.
I get why they...
And I'm a fogey. I mean, it's a little more Victorian-ish Victorian. looking. So
I think I get the idea of where it came from for them, because they do that, the mini sash, mini Rossetti kind of thing. If for women, it's just
the
a
bow
little
tie
piece
noodle
of
sash.
cloth. Yeah, bow tie noodle
noodle
sash. It just basically it's that wide, single layer of fabric, and it hangs down the back, and it's kind of pinched into a rosette on the front for women. For if they don't want to wear a full sash and wrap all the way around, just a nice little way to show a little bit of color on like a wedding dress.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a male interpretation of something like that, or a mix between that and a fly plaid.
Here two other things. I mean, with a regular fly plaid, I can, as we've said before many times, you could take the box pleat out and use it for something else in the future.
That's fair.
Number two, you don't have the option. I mean, some weddings, sometimes there's a cute little part of the ceremony people will do where like the guy takes a fly plaid and kind of wraps it around the shoulders of his bride as part of the ceremony, kind of like
he's Batman and protecting her.
Bela Lugosi,
Yes.
but welcome to my castle in Glenafric. But the
Glenafric in Transylvania. Who knew? So
apparently, sorry, I'm very tired today, folks. So again, I think you're going to get more bang for your buck out of that than this thing. I mean, you could use it as a draft extruder. What else are you going to use it for after the wedding? Mac's trying to get.
I mean, it's only a $30 difference.
Is it more expensive or less?
The mini is less. It's only $30 less than an actual fly. I just looked it up just was curious.
Because it's less cloth.
It's a little less cloth, yeah.
Right.
But the other thing is, do you think the other thing they may have done it for is maintenance? Like a fly plaid with ironing and keeping it, less wrinkly. This is already pleated up and just kind of more like a piper's plaid in that aspect, where it's a little bit more contained.
And that's the other inspiration for it, clearly. But I think, for rental, for the hire industry, just put it back on the rack and you're done.
I'd like to see how it's made and how it looks on, and kind of like do a side-by-side comparison thing.
Only you knew someone over at Lochcarron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only. Who's this Lochcarron company you speak of?
So yeah. Don't hate it. Don't like it.
Yeah.
Would not choose it.
I don't know. I might choose it. I'm gonna reserve opinion, but to some degree, if I had to wear one for the day and not just for pictures, I might choose that one for the balance aspect. I might, if I had to wear it for the day.
How are you going to hide a weapon under this thing? See, because that's the other thing is flip. Or using it as a soft pairing device, cloak and rapier.
Oh, you always take it off.
Like the wet towel?
It's not as
Yeah,
effective.
exactly. Wet towel whips. Yeah, exactly.
I've done both.
Snapping men in the showers.
I've done both. I never. Anyone out there who's ever done SCA rapier combat, back me up on this. I don't like cloak. I don't like cloak and rapier. I don't like soft pairing devices.
Who does?
Some people do.
Yes.
Some people love him.
I love Perry. He's great. Anyway, all right. I hope that helps. I know it doesn't.
Perry
but
Farrell?
Hope it does. No, he's not great anymore.
Yeah.
You shouldn't hit your guitar player on stage.
Man.
Indeed. All right. Mac.
All right, so we have Matt saying, "Hey, gents, it's Matt from Melbourne again."
Hi, Matt.
He's lost 56 kilos, or 125 pounds.
Thank you for that translation.
Wow. That's
And my kilt in my family tartan is now too big.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a solution to this, or do I need to sell and buy a new one?
sorry.
Yes.
Sympathies.
Congratulations on the weight loss. Buy a new
Absolutely.
kilt.
Yeah.
Or just regain the 125 pounds.
Yes. 56 kilos.
Just wear
That's
pillows.
125
like
pounds.
Santa
That's-
Claus, you know.
That's a lot of freaking weight. Jeez.
That is a lot.
That's
Yeah.
commitment.
Yes.
Congratulations. That's a. I hope you started off like high and not at like 200 pounds. That'd be
Yes, I hope
very
this was.
awkward.
I hope this was
By choice.
intentional by
Yes.
choice. I think that's always good to preface that. But
Yes.
no, I mean, we say this all the time, and I know it can be painful. But the bottom line is, you owe it to yourself to get a new kilt. Sell this one online or give it away. You're doing someone a favor. You're getting it into hopefully a respectful and good home, and getting a little money towards your next purchase that way. So you're honestly better off just doing that.
Think of it this way: Would you have that same question about a pair of trousers or about a jacket? It's a kilt. To some degree, is just like any other part of your wardrobe, where the more weight you lose, the more difficult it becomes to, retailer or fix the thing, and you kind of reach a a point of either diminishing returns or a point of it's just not possible. Just, move it along. And as I've said before, I'd always, from the goodwill standpoint, from the I want more kilts to be out there in the world standpoint, you can have a kilt maker, depending on the actual construction of your kilt, rip the entire thing apart and put the entire thing back together and tweak it to make it fit your newer, smaller frame. However, you're essentially for that amount of labor to rip the whole thing apart and put the whole thing back together, you're at essentially the same price in labor as you are to get a new kilt. And to sell a kilt, what I've found is whether it's on Facebook Marketplace or whether it's on eBay or something like that, you generally can recoup about half the cost of the kilt. So if you paid $500 for it, you can kind of expect around $250. And then that's $250 towards your next kilt. So think of it that you're getting your new kilt half off if you sell your old one. So that's kind of where my mind's at with it. And on top of that, as Erik said, you're helping someone out who can't afford a brand new kilt. They're looking for a deal on a used kilt. Maybe it's their first one. Maybe they're getting one for their kid or something, or they just can't, they don't have the scratch to do it. This is a great way to help someone else out and get yourself a new kilt at the same time.
Good karma.
Yeah, indeed. Karma points.
Have you ever heard of plum tree?
I've seen trees that are
plum tree
bearings.
Maybe I'm wondering. I was just watching a Randy Feltface comedy special, and he has this story about buying a bookshelf on plum tree, and he's in Australia. So I'm wondering if Matt, that's an option. Maybe if plum tree actually exists.
Is plum tree like their Craigslist?
I think it's something like that. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, I type it into Google and it comes up with
Craigslist?
No, plum trees.
Oh, okay. Yeah, check out
it's Australian Craigslist or something.
Yeah, check out tradingkoalaaustralia.com and that's where you sell your kilts down there. I don't know. Fair. All right. I love koalas. All right, Matt.
They don't love you. They're nasty.
That was you, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Erik.
Okay, Matt Horn. Matt Horn. Why is this name ringing a bell?
It'll ring a bell in a minute. About 25
minutes.
Yeah.
Where do dress hunting sporrans, that is to say the oval shape with the targe and leather leaves, but with a metal cantle, fall on the scale of formality? Are they similar to a semi-dress in the neither fish nor fowl way? He listens to you. Or are they a better bridge between daywear and formal?
At least someone listens to me. Thank you, Matt Horn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was a thought bubble.
Now, are we trying to differentiate between this sort of a hunting sporran or piper's sporran? Because it sounds like he's describing a piper's.
Yeah. It's essentially he's describing a piper's, like a dress hunting sporran, aka piper sporran. I would kind of qualify it a little bit in that I've seen some historical looking examples that aren't like straight piper sporran. Pipers kind of have a much more standardized version.
Yeah, it's almost abstracted and very military looking, very technical looking.
Yeah,
to my eye.
Yeah, it's the piper sporrans have, let's say, like the leaves that are like riveted on and they're flat against the front, and then they have the hard targe and like a generic-y kind of cantle on top.
Yeah.
So it's very, very of a particular thing, whereas like the Morrison's hunting sporrans with the three-dimensional leaves that kind of come out, or like Duke of Rothesay's stuff, or like the ones with like the pinched leaves that we've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's room for it to be different and not automatically fall within the piper sporran, hunting sporran kind of thing.
Yeah,
the band sporran. Can it be
considered
fish nor fowl? See, maybe. I don't know. Let me get your opinion on it first.
I think Highland wear is a major pain in the ass. We take the categories for menswear that most guys, at least in this country and other places, are used to, and we just say, break down all the walls. And it's just everything's mushy gray area with Highland dress compared to regular Saxon dress rules. So I think it's better than a semi-dress sporran. I like it better. I think you could dress it up quite a bit. I would never wear one for a formal evening event. I would wear one through to, say, a cocktail hour, but I would not consider it a full-on dress sporran.
Okay.
But neither would I ever wear a semi-dress sporran to a formal event. I don't like semi-dress sporrans unless they're a weird example that's really beautifully made and it's more of a day sporran with some fur than anything else, you know?
Yeah.
Like my skunk sporran is like that. I really like my skunk sporran, but it's not.
Yeah.
Technically, you'd call it a semi-dress, but
I agree. Yes, and I will stand by his phrasing. Wonderful little phrase. It is neither fish nor fowl, so it's not really a dress sporran. It's not really a daywear type sporran.
Mm-hmm.
It does kind of fall in the gap, but I think you could kind of get away with it for either. I think it would look potentially good depending on the artistry of the bag. Forget the cantle. The artistry of the bag.
Big part of it.
I think it could look good with tweed, 100%. Could potentially look good with argyle, depending on all the other accoutrement that you have with it. Maybe if you don't have a contemporary formalish type outfit, but you're going for something a little bit more eccentric, like sheriff mirror or something like a regimental doublet or regulation doublet. Excuse me, not regimental, regulation.
I don't know.
Maybe something. If it's already a little avant-garde and it's artsy, maybe.
But this is where I say it's like everything's mushy, you know.
Yes.
There's no clear delineation.
Yes, it's a gray zone.
And all we can say is that if you made it right, maybe you could get away with it. But as a category of a type of sporran, we can't make a blanket statement.
Yeah, it doesn't fit firmly in a category.
I mean, like you mentioned, the Duke of Rothsay model. That's the name I gave it, by the way. Which is modeled on a sporran that His Majesty has and has had for like most of his life by the look of it. And it's like, would you imagine the king wearing that sporran to a formal evening event? No.
No, because he has a bunch of other sporrans.
It's brown. It's beat up. The leaves go. Bloop. I mean, no, you wouldn't. You like that?
Yes.
You're welcome. I don't think it's formal. I don't think you could call it formal.
Yeah. Well, he didn't specify color. In fairness, could be black.
Okay.
Could be black.
If it's pink.
Yeah.
But
who wasn't?
So I think to your point, if there is a royal that does wear it to something formal, then does that now make it
yes.
a formal thing?
Yes.
So I think it all depends on who's wearing it.
Sycophants, I tell you.
Yep. Yep. Now, there's that one. God, which one is it? There's this one guy who's he's a member of the royal family. He's really into Highland dress, and I can't remember his name. They all look alike.
You expect me to remember it?
No, I've noted him speaking, and he actually really does care about the art form.
Yeah. A lot of them do.
I don't think he would do that, but he is the kind of guy who, if he set the press, if he did it, it would set a precedent because he's also very fashionable and very, sharp. So
yeah. So no, I can't imagine the royals.
If any of you royals are watching us right now, just please don't.
As they do. Don't watch us or don't wear this.
Don't do this. Don't wear this sporran, please.
I was gonna don't watch us either. Actually, no one here should watch us. We're horrible, horrible people. No, but
way to go, marketing master.
Exactly. But it's my pint of whiskey talking. But but he's not trying to be a royal. He's not trying. He's trying to do his own thing.
We were talking about setting precedent.
Yes, understood. I think in certain circumstances, look at me being the artsy one here.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know. Today, topsy turvy day.
Great movie.
It could potentially be okay. I don't think it's great by any stretch, but I could potentially see it, especially if it's a really, really cool sporran. If it's like a centerpiece and it's like, wow, where did you do that? Or it's something that, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I know you're going to disagree. It's fine.
I love how you said it could potentially be okay. So I'm translating that as it could potentially be meh.
Fair. It's if it was super cool, I would.
If the individual sporran is a work of art,
yeah,
but you can't apply what we're saying to the category. It has to be the individual piece is incredibly well crafted and is a thing of beauty. Can we agree on that?
Sure.
I think that's what it comes down to.
Has to be very expensive,
right?
So you feel like I need to show this off because it's so expensive. I need to get my money's worth.
Yeah. There's that.
Indeed. Okay, Mr. Mac.
All right. So we have Stephanie asking, I have a really hard time rolling my kilt for travel. I'm a larger person, so my kilt has used a little bit more material. So,
okay.
Thoughts?
Hard time rolling.
I
of
immediately
more
went to
material.
rolling my own cigarettes in college.
Did you really do that?
Yes, of course I did. Learned it in Germany.
Has nothing to do with that spliff you had this afternoon
Nope,
in your
I
office.
have never smoked marijuana in my
Neither
entire
have I.
life.
Neither have
There you go.
I. Aren't we a lot of fun?
Yeah, indeed.
So I'm wondering why they think it's the yardage that's making it
Rolling.
more of a challenge. Because they're mentioning the yardage and rolling it. Are they folding it before they roll it? Like, are they doing
All I
this
got
and
is
then rolling it?
rolled.
Or are they just rolling it?
And they said like a regular tailored kilt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you roll a kilt, do you lay it out completely flat, or do you fold it up, fold the aprons first, or crisscross the aprons and then?
I've done it. Well, frankly speaking, when I travel, I don't actually. Here's me talking out of both sides of my mouth. If you're worried about wrinkles in your kilt, yes, rolling a kilt is the right way to travel with it. And basically, what I would do is lay it out 100% flat, and then take the under apron strap, starting on the under apron, and kind of do a dog ear on the corner to get that strap facing down. And then I'd tightly roll the kilt and roll the pleats with it all the way up so it just makes a tube, and then slide it either inside of an old pair of nylons or something like that. Alternatively, I've seen other people who actually just take the kilt, fold it in thirds like you're wearing it, and then just roll up the pleats so that the front apron is on the outside.
Yeah, which I've done.
Either of those are fine as well. Mac.
Stephanie did just reply. She put no, just rolling.
Okay.
So I'm assuming she means laying it flat and just starting
Rolling it
from
out,
one
okay.
end.
Yeah.
Then I would play with the technique like we just described. I would consider, see if you're actually taking that strap and flopping it over first, like Rocky suggested. The way he
Making a
does it.
45-degree angle on the corner.
Or as though you're putting it onto a hanger, basically cross the aprons and then roll it that way. Lay it down apron side down and then roll it up. Why is it not working? Is this gets into nuance and practice, I guess, because it's like, is it too bulky to fit into like a kilt roll that you have, like a piece of luggage, or is it just are your pleats getting creased somehow as a result of it?
I would say I would
know.
also say what you want to kind of focus on as well is keeping the roll tight as you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, when I do it, I'm laying it down and then I'm rolling up. Let's see, starting on the under apron. I'm not like starting it like it was around a tube this big and starting out real big.
Right.
I'm starting out real small, and I have one hand about maybe a quarter of the way in and a quarter of the way in on the bottom, and I'm rolling it and I'm straightening it and keeping it tight as I'm going, and I'll do like a few pleats at a time. I'm not doing just trying to roll it because then it gets too loose. I'd roll like one turn and then I'm straightening out the pleats, another turn and I'm straightening out the pleats as I'm going. Alternatively, you don't really need to roll it. If you're like me, what I end up doing is, if I'm going to travel with a kilt, I'll fold it in thirds, so like I'm wearing it. Then I'll fold it in half so that the final crease is right down the center of the front apron. I'll put it over my arm and fold it in half again. So I have a nice compact little cube of kilt. Mac is nodding his head that I'm assuming he does it that way as well.
Yeah, it's
So when you actually get to your destination, just make sure you hang it up or, lay it up flat or lay it on the bed. If it's really, really a little bit of a wrinkle and it bothers you, and you're in a hotel, they never have any kind of air vents in the bathroom and the shower. So go into the shower room and, put the toilet seat down, put the kilt on the toilet, and then turn the shower on high and walk out of the room for 20 minutes or hang it over the top of the shower thing. And that should help relax the wrinkles out of the kilt.
Right.
But it's not something that that really bothers me at all when I'm traveling. I don't care a little bit about the wrinkles because generally they hang out as you're wearing it. Mac.
She responded saying yes, it's too bulky to fit in the kilt roll.
Okay.
And might not be making the roll tight enough. So so she said to try the fold and roll as you mentioned, but that's what she's saying. It's just getting too big for that.
That's fine. And the kilt roll also comes with a little mat, or at least they used to.
They used to,
do they
yeah.
still do?
Should.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If you have it on the mat, then what I would potentially say is roll it up without the mat, because the mat's going to add a little bit of thickness. True. So maybe try rolling it on the mat, but don't roll the mat up with it. That way it's that much less thickness inside the kilt roll. And frankly speaking, you don't need the actual kilt roll if you're traveling. Well, I guess if they're using it, then probably just carrying the kilt itself. But
If they're using it, obviously they want to use it. I was gonna say, I mean, there's more than one way to pack a kilt depending on the kind of trip you're taking. If I'm in my car, I just put it on a hanger and hang it from one of the hooks in the back of the car. I've occasionally done a loose roll and just slid it between the handles on my duffel bag. If it's a kilt I'm not as concerned about, I've occasionally put it inside a suitcase doing the folding like you do.
Yeah.
Depends on how long I think it's going to be in the luggage or if it's going to be out of my control, like if I'm going on an airplane. So, yeah. Anyway, shaggy dogging here a bit. But
yeah, if you're going on an airplane, what I would say, generally speaking, is
wear it.
Put in it. Well, either A, wear it, or B, leave it in your carry-on luggage. Do not pack it under the plane, because a $500 kilt is a hell of a thing for an airplane company to lose, or an airport to lose. So I don't trust them to do that. I've had my luggage lost too many times now. And it also weighs, especially if it's like an 8 or 9 yard wool kilt, it weighs a good bit. So I would do it in the carry-on luggage where they don't really weigh it as much versus the checked luggage, which they do weigh, and it does matter. So cool. All right. Very good.
And good luck. Let us know how it goes.
Yes. Eric.
What?
Indeed.
Yes. Sorry, I was too busy thinking about kilt rolls. Some
soy sauce is delightful.
Yeah. Marty, silence. Mac, slap him.
Stop being so damn funny, Mac. You're making Marty laugh.
Peter J. Hutchinson said, we're taking our 6-year-old to his very first Highland Festival in Fergus, Ontario.
Very nice.
What are your favorite things to do or see at these events? And do you have any advice for him? Any advice for the 6-year-old?
Get in the head of a 6-year-old. What are the things?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, indeed. I have to pee.
I don't want to walk anymore.
All right. What do I
Dad,
want to do as a
Dad,
6-year-old
Dad,
at the festivals? Don't
Dad,
make me smack you.
Dad.
All right. If it were me, I would see make it a fun experience. You want this to be a good memory. They're old enough that they will remember this later on. So
traumatized by this
or be traumatized by it. Exactly. So good on you for thinking in that way. I would check out the festival to see if they have a kids area or any kids activities.
Right.
I know Celtic Classic has a kids tent with coloring and that kind of stuff. Or if there's any presentations, like historical things that are aimed at kids, or is there like a area where they try on like suits of armor or try on a kilt
any
or
kind of
jousting.
a please touch.
Yes.
Kind of a please touch feature is going to be your best bet.
Yes. So I would start with that and try, if they do, or if it's at a particular time, make note of it, set an alarm on your phone, make sure you're making time to do that for the kid. The second thing I would do is show them things that they won't see elsewhere, i.e. like feats of strength. So if you're going to a Highland Games and there's going to be a caber toss, bring him to the caber toss. Show him like how huge these things really are and how impressive it actually is. Try to get to the front and maybe see if any of the athletes will talk to him. Maybe try to get a high five from some of the athletes. The first time I took Liam to a hockey game, I got seats right on the edge of the thing where the Reading Royals was the game. But it was like right behind the bench where the players come out. So you got to put his hand out and get high fives from all the players at age 5. And it's still something that he remembers. Or maybe he's even younger than that. He's like 2 or 3. It's still something that he remembers. So trying to create little moments that he will remember, like, wow, that dude who was out on the field who threw the big telephone pole, he came over and talked to me. That was awesome. Or if there's kid events for it to start their love of the thing. Mm-hmm. That's kind of where I would start. Eric.
Yeah, yes. Have a good night, folks. I would say I would take the kid's personality into account. You know your kid better than anybody else, and what you like may not be the same thing that works for them. Having been the parent of a special needs child, I know that certain activities at events like that are not going to go over well. Loud noises are not necessarily a good thing. think about what your kid is capable of absorbing, and think about what they seem to have as interests already. I mean, one kid may be really turned on by the caber toss and think it's amazing. Another kid may just want to see the sheepdogs. You know, they might want to see the border collies herding the sheep around. In fact, most 6-year-olds will love that, and it's on their level too. It's at their height, assuming you can get a good view of the event. So I think animals are always a lock. Kids' activities and getting to handle things is always a lock. Food, I would not push the food. The last thing you want is them to be grumpy or to get sick from something or decide they're not in the mood to try something new and they refuse to eat. So you have a hungry, dehydrated kid on your hands. So don't say, we're going to buy haggis. They got haggis here. We're going to have haggis. We're going to have hot fish and chips and it's going to burn you on the mouth.
You're going to love vinegar.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, the food stuff I think is for a later age.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm speaking the obvious perhaps, but
or be flexible with it. If they want, like, you get what you want to get for food, but if there's a popcorn vendor, give them freaking popcorn. If there's a place that has sweets and treats and stuff for kids and like little candies, especially if they're like British candies,
right?
Great. Let them have some of that. Let them have shortbread.
Yeah.
Things that they might actually like versus you must have haggis.
Yeah. Keep them well fueled, keep them well hydrated, and kind of follow their lead. No event is just banal at a Highland Festival. I mean, there's always going to be something going on that they'll like. I do recommend having ear headphones or earplugs again if you have a very sensitive child. Having dealt with kids who are on spectrum, there's just some things you're not going to do with them because they're not going to react well. But for my money, it's the dogs. It's the dogs and the sheep. that's the for 6-year-old. That's always a lock, in my opinion. And frankly, it is one of my personal favorite events because I really love dogs. So
I'll take it as a left turn off of yours a little bit and say that, again, you know your child better than anyone else does. So what is their level of alertness and things like that are throughout the day? Are they an early riser? If so, get to the festival early.
I was thinking about that
maybe
too.
If they nap every day at 2:00, maybe get there early and plan on leaving by 1:30 or so, so you can get back to the hotel. Or do they like to hang out all day like a party animal? Great. Or maybe make sure that there's enough time to rest and sit down. One thing that when I started becoming a hockey coach, one thing that was pointed out to me that was one of those like, wow, that makes so much sense. The reason why the young kids, as they're just starting out, actually play hockey cross ice, and then once they're a little bit older, they graduate to half ice, and then once they're a little bit older, they graduate to full ice, because the legs of a child are much smaller than the legs of an adult. Really? And walking a mile for a child is not the same as walking a mile for an adult. It takes twice the amount of energy. They have twice the number of steps that an adult does. So you get less tired than they will get. So making sure that you're taking enough breaks for them will matter as well. So I never thought of it in that way, but it's, playing hockey for a kid on a full-size rink is like an adult playing on 2 rinks.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's a good point.
Yep.
I think that's why a lot of people will take strollers for kids, even if they're a little older than most kids would want a stroller, or you wind up carrying the kid on your shoulders. I've done that a million times too. But I mean, I'd look for kids' activities first, storytellers. If they see someone in costume, let them interact with them because kids tend to love people in costume.
Depends on the kid.
Yeah, it depends on the kid. Yeah, well, it does, again, because some kids have anxiety and they don't want to do that. But
the thing you didn't touch on, I was kind of trying to alley-oop you, is going and seeing the music. If they like music, then expose them to the music. And again, try most artists at a Celtic festival are going to go to the merch table after their set. So if they have, like, if Almanac is playing, if Piper Alley is playing, I know that both of them love seeing kids, love meeting kids, love seeing kids dancing. So if your kid loves music and loves dancing, get them out, get them in front, let the musicians see them, because there's a reasonable chance the musician is going to feed off their energy as well, like a vampire or something. But and then afterwards, if you can interact with the people that they are seeing, it's going to make more, it would have made more of an impression on me, I'll put it that way, at that age, getting to meet someone who's up on stage that everyone's clapping for, and then I get to meet them. And what musician is going to like poo-poo kids?
I get it. I
I
think in my mind, I was thinking in terms of caution, and therefore I was imagining my autistic kid, not my other kid, because my daughter at that age, she would just be down there partying. I mean, she would, if I took her to an Albinock show, she'd just be like, "Wah!" And she'd be like in a mosh pit. I mean, she's crazy. Love dancing, high energy, very high spirited kid. My son, complete opposite.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, that's why I'm speaking more the general. You're speaking to more of a specific instance. But, again,
I'm sounding a
you know
cautious
your kid.
note,
Yeah, but you know your kid better than anybody else. So pick the things that they would like.
It's Peter, so his kid's obviously a nerd in training.
That's fair. Mr. Mack, you have something to
I will
add?
say it is the 80th anniversary of the Fergus Scottish Festival in Ontario. So if you are in Ontario or near Ontario, August 8th through the 10th, that is when the festival is. Albinock is there. Red Hot Chili Pipers are there, and Bay City Rollers are there.
Ooh. So if you're watching this right now, then go. If you're watching this as the edited version, then you missed it. So sorry, so sad.
It's always good to support festivals.
I don't disagree.
Somebody should make a video about that.
Yeah,
try and get that message
indeed.
out there.
If only there was a video. Link over there somewhere right now in the edited version of this, talking about why Celtic festivals are such an integral part of our culture here.
And are under threat.
Indeed. Who knew? All right. Halfway through the show, boys and girls, I'd love to introduce our Kilt Ambassador of the Month.
Hello, friends. Our ambassador today, Matt Horn, was born in Southern California, but moved to Hawaii in 2009. He lives in a small former sugar plantation town on the east coast of Big Island, which, funnily enough, is known as the Scotch Coast due to the large number of Scottish immigrants who settled there. I found that amusing. Here, he enjoys the simple life with his girlfriend, 2 cats, and a lot of yarn. When not working, Matt loves hiking in the local state park. Kilted, of course. He says that throwing on his great kilt and trekking through the forest feels like a timeless human activity. In his mind, it could be 2025 or 1725. Matt is also an avid knitter. He's learning Fair Isle knitting and recently finished his first ever pair of simple kilt hose. Congratulations, Matt. That's awesome. Now, as for heritage, Matt is actually mostly French and German with maybe 5% Celtic blood at most. A few years ago, Matt worked with a man who wore a utilikilt, and that made an impact and got him started. He says, "I asked a few questions, and he happily informed me of the concept and how good the kilt felt. Fast forward a few years, and I could never quite shake the interest from my mind." So, on a bit of a whim, Matt bought a utilikilt and soon realized he absolutely loved the feel. Lacking Celtic blood, Matt didn't think he ever had a right to wear a tartan kilt. But, tartan is, shall we say, seductive. After reading about universal tartans, Matt ordered himself a Black Watch casual kilt. He says, "A couple years later, and that first utilikilt has led me to owning several kilts, deep diving into Scottish culture, learning Gaelic, cooking Scottish food, and even taking a 2-week vacation to Scotland last year." Matt has also been in his local Irish dance group for the past year and a half and has 13 performances under his belt so far. So Matt has really become what around here we like to call a sincere student of the culture. He hesitates to call his interests his heritage, since he has scant Celtic ancestry, but like many of us, he loves how rich and vibrant Celtic culture is in all of its forms. As he puts it, "It has brought so much excitement, community, and fun to my life. From the Kilts and Culture group, to the people and places we experience in Scotland, to the people I see out and about that I get to share the culture with. It's brought me so much pride and confidence. I love being able to share stories and history. I want to keep learning more about it because it allows me to express my individualistic streak in a culturally meaningful way." I will say I think that's what it's all about. It's basically enjoying this culture and putting it into your life so that you get more out of life in general. So if you want to talk to Matt, he is very active on our Kilts and Culture group on Facebook. And I just want to say, Matt, you're doing a great job and I appreciate everything you've shared with us. Take care.
Here's to him.
Hey, Matt.
Indeed. Sign
Cheers. Hey, you know what you should do? You should send us questions sometime for this show.
It'd be very
I'd love to
interesting
hear from
hear
you.
what your point of view or your questions would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never talked to them before. Interesting. Mr. Mack.
All right, so we have Andrew the church piper asking.
Not the church lady.
Yes. Any tips for people wanting to get into great kilts but are limited on time and space?
Limited on time and space. Time?
Is wibbly wobbly.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
Time and space, it gets difficult. Space, it's a little bit easy for me. It would be do it on your bed. Everybody has a bed, I hope. Or most people have beds. I'm not going to get into that. But if you have even if it's a twin bed, you can go essentially across the bed and just fold it so that you're laying, back across the bed and you get it on that way. Limited on time. You could set it out the night before, but if you're going to be sleeping in the bed, it becomes a bit difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, for me the time thing depends on the day. Like a work day, I'd have to, build a little extra time into my routine. If it's a weekend, not worried about it. I have a largish bed, so I'm not worried about that. So I'm not sure I can answer this question from personal experience.
Yeah.
I think laying it out the night before makes a lot of sense. I have one other idea. I don't know if you will shoot me if I mention it, though.
Okay. I don't know. You read my mind, Rocky, then tell me if I'm allowed to say the thing I'm thinking of.
There's a screen capper here. I'll use this for... the patented Jonathan Kennedy drawstring technique. There has been speculation for years in the community as to whether some smart boots kind of guy in the Highlands actually just took a piece of cordage and ran it through the very loose weave of his tartan.
A clever clogs.
Yes, a clever clogs.
I'm a clever clogs.
So that he could just go bloop, instead of having to lay out the pleats one at a time like we do. And that would be the one thing. Some people think that's heresy. Some people think it's a great idea. If you really want to do this and that's your problem, maybe that's an answer.
The chat's saying cheater pleats. Like they're
cheater pleats.
Well, that's what they're saying for time wise. Cheater pleats would help speed that process up.
Yeah, you could.
Here's the other thing I would
sew them in. I think the drawstring is fine.
Here's the other thing I would say. Time is the issue, but is it? You have an alarm clock, I'm assuming. Can you set the alarm clock 5 minutes earlier? It doesn't take that long to actually pleat it up. So let's assume I'm going to put parameters on.
Once you've practiced.
Even if you haven't, I don't wear the freaking great kilt, and I know how to do it. And I've done it 4 times to put them on mannequins. Like that guy was my effect. But it's not that big of a thing. I think we think it's a bigger thing in our mind than it actually is. It's just I don't want to do it. It's just us. And I'm not meaning to sound harsh, but I'm going to sound harsh. It's us. And I'm including myself being lazy. It's just saying I don't feel like doing this right now. I'll just put on pants or I'll just wear a regular kilt. I don't want to deal with it. But it's really not that big of a thing. So I would say, if anything, get all this stuff out before you go to bed. And then if you set your alarm for 6:15, set it for 6:10. Or maybe don't hit the snooze the third time. Maybe actually get out of... I know Mac has 27 alarms he sets every morning. He's going to check the number of alarms he has. So just get up a little bit earlier and just say to yourself, make a mental decision and stick to it. Don't let yourself off the hook. Tomorrow, I'm wearing the great kilt. Put it out at night, folded, put the belt there, put your sporran there, put your shirt there, so you don't have to make those decisions the night before, the morning of. And then when you get up, actually get up and say, okay, it's time to go. Let's do this. And just psych yourself up a little bit. Mac, what's the answer?
30.
30 alarms.
Yes.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Every night?
I set them every single day.
What?
Yep.
There's all just for waking up.
Mm-hmm.
That's not for... things throughout the day.
Nope.
I need a reminder to take my pills.
30 alarms.
Starting at 2:50 in the morning.
2:50.
Jesus
Why?
Marimbo.
Because
Why?
I get up I usually by the third one I'm up, and then I kill the rest of them. But I get up, get changed, do a pre-workout, and then head to the gym, and then come here.
Got it.
Good for you.
So
horrible for your wife. Good God.
She's deaf on one side, so it's fine. She just rolls over.
Brittany,
and she's the fourth alarm. So there's 31 technically.
The fourth alarm is a bat in your face.
I was about to say the fourth alarm is.
Yes. Oh no. Good God, that woman's a saint. I love you, Brittany.
Good for you on getting up and working out. I'm trying. I desperately need to do more exercise. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think that if you're actually going to the trouble of actually laying out and doing the pleat routine the night before, that's the only part that takes any time. I mean, you're just like, then in the morning, you're just like, whoop, lie down, out the door. Super Scott. But the other than that, I would say wear it on the weekends. You don't have to worry about those time and space, time constraint. Practice, so it's smoother and faster to do. You're thinking about it a lot less because you've got some practice in. The space concern, I definitely can appreciate maybe being a challenge if you're like in a small bed, small apartment, something like that.
Still use the bed.
Probably using the bed. But yeah, your mileage may vary. I mean, maybe they've got like 3 dogs or something.
Yeah. I would also say, I agree, practice and if you're still having problems or you don't like the way that it's working out for you and maybe you're looking for a better or different way to fold your guard kilt. If only there was a video, maybe announced recently on a particular YouTube channel using Jamesy from the band Almanac, showing you how to wear the grade kilt. If only that video existed. Oh, wait, it does. Go check it out over on USA Kilts channel. And Erik was not paying any attention to any of that. He's over there reading questions.
Just doing my job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see, I'm preventing a time problem by preparing ahead of time.
Right. Indeed. And showing no interest in me. I'll just be over.
Lord.
I'll be over here now.
Do you want counseling?
I'm just going to play a video that sounds like crying in my office.
Right.
Okay. All right. Next question. Go ahead. Was that you or Mac? I don't know who that was.
That was Mac.
Okay. Thank you, Mac.
But I believe he had written in that question before, so I wanted to make sure I didn't have it on my list.
Okay.
Brian from Milwaukee. Really,
Having
Marty?
Marty in the studio. So
This is
you don't laugh at all during the day. Suddenly we're comedians on the show. Who knows? Milwaukee. That broke him. Who knew?
This guy's a Wayne's World reference. He's a movie kid.
Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee.
Yes.
Brian said, I recently purchased a set of brown ghillie brogues, which I was apprehensive of due to the specific limited application of said footwear. That being said, do you have any advice on getting more use out of ghillie brogues outside of formal kilt attire? I mean, would it look weird to wear them with a tux or a suit? How often can you or should you wear ghillie brogues? Or are they really, really limited aesthetically?
I'm going to point out an inconsistency within the question itself. Brown ghillie brogues, formal attire.
Yeah, and you're not going to wear brown ghillie brogues with a tux, but I think he's trying to separate out the two questions actually.
Understood. I'm mixing them up. Sorry, separate. Nope. Mush them back together. Okay, so I wouldn't wear for formal, using the word formal in the context of actual formal. I wouldn't wear brown ghillie brogues at all, whether it's tuxedo or not, or Highland wear. For formal stuff, meaning dress sporran, Prince Charlie, black bow tie, white bow tie, whatever it is, no brown ghillie brogues, black, or buckle brogues, but that's a whole other kettle of fish. For brown ghillie brogues, I'd wear them for smart daywear. I'd wear them with tweed jacket and vest. I'd wear them, potentially I could even see them if you had like a Highland shirt or a Ghillie shirt with brown ghillie brogues and a brown day sporran and a brown belt. Could be okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's my favorite outfit, but I could see it.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't. Would I wear it with, a regular tuxedo or a regular suit? No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear ghillie brogues with Saxon wear. That would just be weird. That's just be really strange.
They'd look and be like, "Where's the tongues of your shoes?"
Blah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't wear it. Ghillie brogues are something that you don't need them to be dressed appropriately for Highland wear, but it doesn't hurt. So if you have to sacrifice one part of the outfit, maybe you can sacrifice the ghillie brogues for a pair of wingtips or something like that. But if you like the look of ghillie brogues and or you already own them, then I'd say just wear them with your kilt outfit. But I would not wear them with other things.
Yeah, and in his case, he bought them.
Yeah.
And now he's concerned he's not going to get as much use out of them as he thought. I think you can assuming you wear kilts during the day and for less than formal occasions, you could absolutely wear them for any kind of smart day wear, like Rocky said. I would not go so far as casual, like I wouldn't wear them with a t-shirt or a Highland shirt or anything. Polo shirt, maybe. But I think they basically are they are fine with like a turned down collar shirt, even without a tie. You know, I think at that level of smart day wear, you're fine.
I would challenge him in a different way.
Uh-oh.
You're not wearing kilts enough, my friend. You need to wear kilts more often to be able to get your usage out of the ghillie brogues that you own.
I think he's calling you out, Brian.
I'm calling you out directly, pal.
Oh, snap.
Friend. Friend is the weird one. People call me
Snap.
Hey, friend. Like, I'm not your friend, buddy.
I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your buddy.
It's okay, pal. Indeed, amigo.
Are you saying Brian is a poseur?
No, I'm not saying a poser. I'm saying
Okay.
he needs to step up his kilt game.
Okay.
Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump them numbers up. So, think of reasons to wear a kilt. Get a little bit dressed up. Date night. Going out to the movies. Going out to church. Going out to Home Depot. I don't know. Get dressed up in your kilt. Wear it more often in life. This stuff is not cheap. It's also fun to wear. Put it together and wear it more often. It's, there's a reason that in the casualization of the world, be the guy who dresses up and stands out. So wear your kilt more.
Amen.
And that'll give you more chance to wear your ghillie brogues.
Amen. And always wear ghillie brogues to Home Depot.
Always.
They
actually may have a dress policy at the Home Depot I go to. Lowe's doesn't. But Home Depot, a little higher class.
The only thing I'm aware of is that you cannot wear a regular ski and do.
Yes.
To Home Depot, it has to be a box cutter.
Yes, indeed.
Do that and you're fine. Shut up, Marty.
That wasn't me this time.
Jordan.
So
I'm gonna blame you anyway.
Anyway, yes.
Anytime I hear laughter from off camera, it's Marty.
See, now in post, we're gonna have to put in like a laugh track so people can actually hear this because they have no idea what's going on.
Kilts and Culture was filmed before a live studio audience
of two unwilling participants.
A live studio Marty.
All right. So yes, ultimately, wear your kilt more often.
Yeah.
Indeed. All right, Mr. Mac.
All right. So we have Don saying he just bought his first Chieftain kilt vest.
Okay.
Okay.
Are Highlander ghillie shirts only to be worn with it, or can you wear a long sleeve button down dress shirt? Will that work?
I'd
know
say
how I'd answer this, but
Highlander shirt. I'd say a grandfather shirt's okay with it. The Chieftain's vest it's a period-esque look in the same way that the Highland shirt is a period-esque look. It's not necessarily historical, and jump in if I'm wrong. But it's one of those where you're creating a look that doesn't have any historical precedence, so you can kind of do what you want with it. But in my mind, a chieftain's vest. What's the other word for it? Some people call it chieftain's vest. There's another company that doesn't, but they call it something else.
Call it like a chieftain's doublet or something.
No. It's not chieftains. It's something else. Anyway,
okay.
Yeah, it's one of those where I think a dress shirt with a casual style vest looks a little off. So I don't think I would do it. Erik.
I don't know. I'd have to see the shirt. I wouldn't completely rule it out, but yeah, I mean, a chieftain's vest is basically somebody got the idea of taking a piper's doublet and taking the buttons off and taking the sleeves off and selling it. And full disclosure, the last time I actually wore one,
Photo shoot.
no, pirate costume.
Okay.
I used it as part of a pirate costume.
Yeah, puffy shirt.
I had a puffy shirt. I can't remember if it was a Highland shirt or not, but I had a puffy shirt and I put a sash around the doublet. So it was like this, and it was like open up here, and it was like, and I was like, ah.
But did you have an eye patch?
I did not have an eye patch. So I am not a good person to express an opinion on this because I don't find them to be my style. They're definitely supposed to be kind of like dashing and romantic, but they're also weirdly formal looking because of how they're tailored and they got the piping on them. So I don't know. I think you're right. I think a Highland shirt, some other kind of puffy shirt, like some kind of pre-modern shirt, like an 18th century shirt, maybe a grandfather shirt, maybe some kind of standing collar shirt, but not a dress shirt like you'd wear to the office. Just seems odd.
Here's another concept.
Okay. No shirt.
No shirt. just bare chest hair, baby. Bare chest hair, kilt pin-up calendar, Jacobite or the vest, the Chieftain's vest, kilt, little retro, little long flowing locks, perhaps.
Are we talking mullet or are we talking like Fabio?
Fabio. Yeah, gotta go Fabio.
Fabio.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
okay.
but with chest hair. Man, the chest hair. So yes. Spunky load of noodles on this one.
But I have seen it at Ren Fair and SCA events. I've seen people wearing doublets without a shirt. But again, they're usually doing like the pirate thing or the 16th century German mercenary thing. I was just like, it's not.
At a Ren Fair, I'm just thinking like 95-degree day, like glistening sweat coming through the vest.
Yes, but that's why they do it.
Ugh.
And
why would you wear a black vest then?
Well, a lot of time it's a leather thing too. It's like a leather doublet.
Yeah, people wear leather vests. Yeah.
A leather jerkin. But
nope. Sweaty.
I would try it out at home, have somebody take your picture, look at it a week later and see if you still think it looks good before you actually wear it out of the house. It's a very particular animal. Yeah. So proceed with caution.
Indeed. Caution. As in, don't do it.
Yar, unless ye be a pirate.
Oh, yes, indeed. Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow, you are not, sir.
No, I actually had a pirate ship crew in college, though. Back when we were I was just a wee nipper, and we were doing SCA and Ren Fair stuff, and we actually had a pirate ship.
As one does.
Yeah. We were the HMS Tempest. We did have letters of marque, so we were HMS. Okay, it's my turn, right? So, yes. Rich Kiesecker said, could you please discuss the various hats you wear with a kilt and when you might wear them? When, for instance, do you wear a flat cap versus a Balmoral versus a Glengarry or a Tam O'Shanter or even a Highland Tam? Are there other hats? So, yes, we talk about hats with regularity here.
Okay.
But we do not usually talk about the formality of hats.
So
actually pretty simple.
What hats do you wear with a kilt? I'm a bad person. Wasn't there part of a question about the sun as well, or what do you wear for? No.
It was either him or someone else had asked about
something with a brim.
What about something that keeps the sun off?
Right.
Like he said, he actually wore an angler hat sometimes, or something that looked close to being an angler hat.
Yeah. I'm probably a not a horrible person to ask this question to, but a lesser, because I have a style of hat and you're looking at it. I am essentially flat cap or like boonie hat. So like, brim all the way around for, the dad hat if I'm going to be in the pool or if I'm going to be mowing the lawn or something like that. So if I need the sun off of my neck and my face, straight up boonie hat. I don't care what it looks like. I just don't care what it looks like in that instance.
Because you're mowing the lawn.
Exactly. Or if I'm in the pool, I hate putting on a lot of suntan lotion, so I'll do like shoulders and then that, so I don't got to put it all over my face because it's basically covered. And that's good. But my kid and my wife burn, so they're head to toe suntan lotion.
Right.
I bathe in it. But also being bald and follically challenged as I am, I definitely need to cover the head because that will burn, and burning your scalp is not fun.
Yeah.
You know nothing about that either, of course.
Nope.
So, yeah.
Fabio.
Indeed. So hat for me, it's not necessarily traditional, but flat cap is 99.9% of the time. If I'm wearing a kilt, it'll be flat cap. What other caps can you wear with a kilt?
To make you feel better, though, it is not traditional. I do have photographs from the early part of the 20th century of guys who are, like in a shooting party or they're at a country estate and they are wearing some kind of a flat cap, driving cap kind of a thing with a kilt. So you're actually, you have more historical precedent than you think. Bottom line is it looks okay. And our usual mantra here, our usual rule of thumb that I apply is the wider the brim, the less aesthetic it's going to look with a kilt. Okay, it disrupts the line, having this horizontal line of this hat up here, and then everything else with the hourglass effect that we talk about with a kilt. It just doesn't look right. Not compared to like a suit, like a gentleman's suit. Think about the sharp-looking guys from the 40s. Different silhouette completely. So shorter brim is better. Not great for sun, but shorter brim is better. When you wear a hat, form follows function. Mowing the lawn, sure. Going to the Highland Games, sure. Flat cap if you're just being casual and American, or you're trying to show off a little bit of an Irish flair, that's all good. If you want to be more traditional, then you should be wearing a Glengarry or a Balmoral or a Tam to use the more popular civilian term. I'm one who argues that you should only wear a Glengarry if you're going to display a clan badge on it. That's kind of the whole point of the thing. I don't think it's terribly useful without one. It's okay looking. I think a Tam is better. You do not, and I think a lot of you gents out there already know this, but I always reiterate, you do not wear a hat for anything formal. You do not wear a hat indoors. We're breaking that rule, but we're not trying to be gentlemanly here, okay?
We're rogues.
We're just faking it real good.
Pirate rogues.
Yarr! That's the theme for the show. So as long as it's a short brim or no brim kind of a hat, it'll look okay. It's okay. I've had people ask about doing something like a top hat or a bowler, and just with a kilt, they're just kind of odd. I mean, if you're going for some weird rebel steampunk vibe, fine. You're in that weird gray area of is it clothing or is it costume?
It feels more English than Scottish, though.
The bowler is English.
Yeah.
It is absolutely English, and originally had class designations to it also.
Okay.
If you were of a certain rank in business, you wore a bowler. If you're in finance, if you're in legal professions, if if you're a solicitor, you wore a bowler. Okay. Yeah. Standard uniform, even up through like the 70s. Traditionally, the traditional kilt hat is, of course, what we now call a tam, originally called a Scotch bonnet. It was basically a bag of wool, big mushroom of wool, which was popular from very early times, like 16th century, and because you could use it as a warmth layer, you could use it as a bag to carry stuff in, or it was stiff enough wool you could actually form it out into a mushroom shape, so you actually did have some sunshade from it. So it was a shepherd's hat.
Yeah.
Right. So on the borderlands, you see it was where it was most popular, actually. And the blue color came about as a result of those people too. And I'm not sure nobody knows exactly why blue became like a de facto color, but before even the Jacobites, it was a thing. So how historically accurate do you want to be? I don't know. I would just prefer you not worry about that and just don't wear a hat in an inappropriate context. Shaggy dog, because I'm rambling, but I would basically go something like a beret. I think is fine. I mean, I wear this because it is a modern, scaled back, streamlined version of wearing a tam or a Scotch bonnet.
Yep.
And I do need protection from the sun because I have no hair. And in here because it keeps the shine off my head with the lights.
Yeah, there very much is that. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right, so hats to wear with a kilt. So we have Glengarry is fine. We have Balmoral's fine. We have or Tam or Tam O'Shanter is fine. Mm-hmm. They have flat cap, reasonably okay.
We think it's okay.
Now, very, very, very specific niche scenario. Pork pie hat wearing a kilt to a ska show.
No. I wouldn't wear a pork pie hat. Okay, first of all...
Let's watch him implode, shall we?
Yeah. You're referring to a stingy brim. A pork pie is a different kind of hat than a stingy brim fedora, which is what you wear.
No, I
as
know
for-
that's different than I'm talking pork pie hat, as in Ska, Joe, pork pie hat.
That's a stingy brim. That's a stingy brim.
Not fedora. I know what a fedora is.
It is a stingy brim fedora.
Okay.
A pork pie is literally round, cylindrical, and has a brim that goes up and out a little bit. It's a jazz thing. It's a Thelonious Monk thing. It's not a ska thing.
Okay.
Trust me on this. I've owned both.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. We will.
Everybody calls it a pork pie, but it's not a pork pie. It's a stingy brim. And this has nothing to do with kilts, and we should shut the hell up.
Okay.
I wouldn't wear a kilt to a ska show.
What about a plaid suit?
Maybe. Not my thing, though. I mean, I'm old school two-tone, or mod. I'm a mod.
Okay.
So for me, it's all skinny tie, sharp angled, very skinny suit.
Okay.
And a stingy brim hat.
Okay. Well, I'll wear my pork pie hat.
Oh, God.
And a tartan suit to a Mighty Mighty Boston show.
Right.
That's where I'm going. If they were still around, but something I actually did before. So, all right. Enough of that. Mr. Mack, deliver us from our hat debate here.
Help us be topical, please.
So Brian is asking, after washing a kilt, what is the immediate protocol for caring for wet leather straps?
I tend to pat them dry with a towel and some terry cloth, and that's about it.
Yeah. If you wet wash your kilt, what I have taken to doing is wet wash the kilt and then get a couple towels and put one towel down on the ground and one towel, then lay down your kilt, straighten all the pleats out while it is still wet from coming out of the washing machine, and lay the kilt flat on top of that towel, then straighten everything out, lay another towel on top of that kilt, and then walk on it. So walk back and forth across your kilt. I'm going to drop my coffee on my lap. Thank God I have a lid on that. Whew. You ever get like the hot sweat when you do something? Oh, that just happened. Okay. Anyway, walk across the kilt back and forth to kind of help it absorb some of the moisture. The towels absorb some of the moisture out of the kilt.
You walk across the kilt?
Yeah. I would literally lay it flat, straighten all the pleats out, and then lay a towel on top.
Okay.
So it's sandwiched in there. I'm not screwing up the pleats. I'm just, walking up and down. I'm not like kicking my feet and shuffling. It's stepping up and down gingerly.
See, I want to imagine you rolling across it.
Why do you want to imagine me rolling?
Just because it's funnier.
Okay, fair.
Steamroller.
Or you just get your kid to do it. It's like, okay, about six more times.
No. But yeah, I'll walk back and forth across it, and I would essentially do the same kind of thing for the straps. If you let straps dry when they're either connected in the thing, they'll maintain that wrinkle in the straps.
Right.
If your straps get kind of deformed a little bit in the wash and you let them dry and they're like, like bowed up around the sides, they'll dry like that. So while they are still wet, I will actually like flatten them out and, squish some of the water out of them as well.
Yeah. I don't do that the way you're doing it, but I will basically press terry cloth onto the leather and squeeze it with terry cloth for a while and just kind of squeeze out the excess moisture. And then after it's dry, or maybe like halfway through drying, if I'm in the house when I reach that point, I'll just apply a little bit of leather lotion.
Leather
at the same
conditioner,
time.
something
A little
like
bit
that,
of leather
honey.
conditioner. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think about that.
If I care. But
Yeah.
Depends on the kilt, honestly.
Yeah. I might be a little bit careful about too much leather conditioner.
Yes.
Because if you put too much in, then the straps will just become floppy over time.
And too much, and they'll stretch.
Yes.
And too much soap also. I think people, you usually need a lot less soap for this operation than most people realize.
Yeah. And if you put on something like leather honey, I'd make sure that it's not touching too much of the other fabric. If it's something like super oily, it's not touching too much.
Bear
of
in
the
mind,
rest
I'm
of the
only
fabric.
talking about a tiny bit.
Yeah. I'm
a
thinking
little bit on the fingertips.
The stuff that I use for my sporrans and stuff, though.
Yeah, which is good stuff.
Yeah,
but not nearly as much.
So yeah, that's our tips for leather care on the kilt. We had somebody call in recently that their dry cleaners were freaking out that they brought a kilt to the dry cleaner, and the dry cleaner was like, "We will not do this kilt. You need to take the straps off, or you have to sign a disclaimer saying that, you know, the end of the world. You know, if we ruin your kilt and the black from the straps bleed everywhere and wrecks your kilt, you're not going to sue us." And the person's like, what?" And they literally called us from the dry cleaner. Jillian was on the phone with them.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a problem with the dry cleaner and my kilt straps at all. I don't know what the dry cleaner was freaking out about, but no, it's not really a problem.
The dry cleaner didn't know what they were doing. That sounds like a front desk person, not a I own the business person.
Yeah.
One time something got messed up once, and now they're freaking panicking over every little thing now.
Yeah. Especially if they used like cheap leather on something before. I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like a PTSD kind of moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For someone who doesn't know
most rules are.
Yeah. Fair. So yeah, hope that helped. All right, Mr. Erik.
Hey, Rich was the guy who asked about the angler hat, by the way.
Yes.
Just space that because of the spacing between the paragraphs. Okay. All right. So here's another question. Jason Bailey 9352 over Roger says, I am currently waiting for my 5-yard back to nature kilt. Thank you for the purchase. And I just have one question.
Just one more thing.
Just one more thing, ma'am. When and where are you holding the first annual Back to Nature walk? Wink, wink, nod, nod. Just a subtle hint. You know.
Was that good? The Columbo? Thank you.
It was lovely.
It was okay. So this is a joke question in a way, but he's like, would you ever host a nature walk, a kilted nature walk? Back to nature kilt, a tartan inspired or not?
Okay. So we got this question ahead of time. When I saw the question, I'm going to take you on the path that my brain went.
Path.
Nature path?
Nature path?
Nature path. Indeed. Indeed. First thought was, that's actually not a bad idea. We should go out with a group of people into the woods and have a group hike. I wonder if they'd allow us to bring like whiskey and stuff on the nature hike so we can get to the end, we can have a whiskey and stuff like that and have a little picnic. Maybe we should actually go camping. And then I realized I hate people. I don't want to. The whole reason for me to go into nature is to get away from people and not think about people and have discussions, but listen to birds and listen to the stream and see that neat looking stick over there. That would make a great sword. Like, those are the thoughts I want to have in nature. So, no, I don't want to do it.
Stop by and see us at our booth at Celtic Classic.
We're looking forward to seeing you.
I hate everyone. No, but it's different horses for different courses. There are times and places where I want to engage with people and interact. In nature, I'm going there for a different reason. It's more for the serenity, for the calm, for the centering kind of.
You were never a Boy Scout.
Thing. I was a Boy Scout.
You hated Boy Scouts, huh?
No, but I went for a different reason. I went to be social.
That's my point. You can do both.
Nature.
So Ian's going to be leading the tour.
That's what I said. I said, this is not a job for Rocky. This is a job for Ian.
I'll meet you at the end with the whiskey.
There might be some whiskey left
and
if you're
someone
lucky.
can carry me back down. It's fine. Everybody wins. I get a piggyback.
No, I think there are two reasons to go out and hit the trail. Is one for the solitude and serenity, and the other is for the social bonding. So I think you could do that. I don't see us doing it actually. I mean, being serious for a minute, I don't know if I see the company ever hosting this, but this is exactly the kind of thing that we'd like to see happen on the Kilts and Culture Facebook group. The Rabble Rousers is the most famous group of guys who have gotten together to do things on the regular. But people organize kilted get-togethers frequently, and they use that as a tool, which really makes me happy. So I think kilted hikes, group hikes, could be a hell of a lot of fun, especially if you are not on restricted land, state game land or something where you cannot have alcohol, or you do a loop trail so you can end back at the car.
You put it in your Camelback and you're fine. They'll never know.
I'm just saying there's something for going to the pub at the end of the day instead of
fair,
you make sure you're camping on private land or land that's allowed.
Or if it's a campground, somewhere where you're allowed to, and they have like a nature trail at the campground.
Or someplace like certain parts of the AT, nobody's going to know anyway. Nobody cares.
Yeah. What's the one? The one up in the is it called Otter Lake? There's a campground that we went to. Kelly and I and Liam went there. They have
I don't know.
Yeah, they have like nature trails there and stuff. You can bring your camper, or you can tent camp and do other things.
Sure.
They have like pits for things. If somebody got like a campsite at a public place where you actually rent it, then that kind of makes sense.
You rent
it.
You rent. Yeah. You
little
get
column A, little column B.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that'd be great. I think a hiking and camping experience could be a lot of fun. Anybody who's a bushcrafter would be fun to have along for that. I mean, what the hell?
Indeed.
You could have a race. No, wait. You go orienteering, and you have one group in great kilts and the other group in modern kilts, and it's a competition.
Are we actually making like a campground, a summer camp?
Camp kilt?
Kilt camp. Kilt camp, not to make kilts. To wear the kilt and compete with other campers.
Camp kilt a lot.
Yes, you get bug juice and popsicles at the end.
Have you ever gone orienteering?
No.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
It's a cool sport.
So I'm picturing an old Scottish lady like serving us like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with
peanut butter and haggis sandwiches at Kilt camp.
Come get your sandwich.
You only get 2. Okay, move down in line. Next.
Here's your shortbread cookie for dessert. Get out of line, kid. You've had 2 servings already. I could see a kilt Scottish themed camp.
Hell yeah.
You got to do the Highland Games for the athletics and stuff like that.
Okay.
You have mini battles in the field.
Okay,
this
now
goes
you're
back to my T-shirt thing I thought about the other day.
What's that?
The Legends of the Hidden Temple shirts where we our lion shirt.
Yeah.
So we do like, here's the blue team, here's the orange team.
Okay.
It's the same shirt just with a different color.
Sure.
So there would be have our teams, and that way when we have our field day, we already have our teams picked out.
You don't want shirts versus skins? I guess they don't do that anymore, do they?
No, there's
Gen
probably
X
women at
thing.
the camps and that wouldn't
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Who wants to have a sleepaway kilt camp for a week?
It's a question of the day.
Led up by Ian and Erik.
Camp killed a lot.
Ian will handle the hiking. I will handle the combat. We'll see who survives.
Fair. I like this plan. I'll handle the music. It's all going to be ska. Spoiler alert. Okay.
No, I'm here for
Ska
that.
and bagpipes. That's it. Those 2 things. All right.
Or music, make it a rock festival too. I mean, there's like metal over here, ska over there. That'd be weird.
It would. All
Okay.
right. Very good.
Mac.
Mr. Mac.
All right. We have another Brian asking.
Yet another Brian.
Yeah, we got a lot of Brians watching today. What would be the best to wear with a great kilt for keys and phone? A sporran or a pouch of some kind? And would I wear it centered or off to the side?
I like this question. I know what I would say.
So, what would be the best to wear with a great kilt to hide to pack your sporran and phone, or pack your keys and phone? Yeah.
I have a bag for my bag.
Yeah. I would wear a Rob Roy belt pouchy kind of sporran, so it's in theme with the thing.
Yeah.
You could generally, they're a drawstring, so you could probably fit a little bit more in it. And potentially you could even wear 2. If you're wearing the great kilt and you have the wings and stuff out to the side, you may be able to wear like one kind of underneath one of the side parts of a great kilt, if potential. I don't know. I don't really wear great kilts, but I could see it.
I mean, just because you're wearing a great kilt as opposed to a tailored kilt doesn't mean you need more cargo capacity.
You might.
I think
you need
that
somewhere to carry your oats.
Right. So you could,
like
you could wear. I'm ignoring you. You could wear.
What else is new?
You could wear basically any kind of sporran if you're doing this as a casual modern great kilt wear. Just like you'd choose a sporran for any other kilted outfit, frankly. But for a great kilt, yes, a Rob Roy style sporran or even a Renaissance-y, medievally type belt pouch works better. Because the bulk of a great kilt, a lot of the time, having that extra strap for the sporran is not desirable. And in period, they really just kind of hung stuff from a main belt. So, and that's why you had the ability easily to have it off to the side or in front. I've seen illustrations of both. I know reenactors who do both. Sometimes they're wearing the sporran in front, sometimes the sporran off to the side with the dominant hand, and the bollock dagger is right down the front. So,
Where do you think
there's no real rule, you know.
Where do you think Batman got his idea for his utility belt from?
Well, you know, I have that kilted Batman thing we did with Jason years ago.
Oh, I know it.
That was a lot of fun. We stuck basically 4 sporrans on him plus a couple of belt pouches, and made him run around in a Batman helmet and made him jump off of a wall and stuff. It was like,
I miss Jason making.
I miss Jason.
Dress up in a tutu as a tooth fairy.
Krampus, honey, I can't seem to find this Sean Smith boy in the TPS report.
I'm talking to the nice people here.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, I think, again, for the aesthetic, sure, I think you're right. A Rob Roy with the loop that will go through, or a large belt can go through, is a great option. But you don't have to if you don't want to. I would do a strap instead of a chain if you're going to use a regular sporran. I would do a chain.
I agree.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's my thinking.
Yeah, pretty simple.
Yeah.
All right, Erik.
Okay. Need to flip my page here. Bear with me.
Let me try some more of this Aberlour. That's good stuff.
Boop. Ah, one of those happy sounds.
Yes. Show's almost over, so it's just a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
A wee spot.
This guy named David Barr, asked us if there is any historical precedent for full tartan suits. Do they tend to be a love it or hate it kind of a thing for most people. But if you're going to go and really rock a tartan suit, which tartan would either of us pick?
Okay.
So
full tartan kilt suit.
He is saying a kilt suit. Okay. I think we could also talk about a Saxon suit.
Sure. Is there historical precedent?
Absolutely. Yes.
Was it the Maclay prints or the
Maclay prints and a lot of photographic evidence? They definitely wore them in the 19th century.
Photographic or painting evidence?
Well, both.
Okay.
Maclay is an example of painting evidence,
yes.
but photographic, I'm saying I have images from like the 1850s on of guys in a tartan suit.
So yes, it is historically precedented.
Mm-hmm.
Is it common? No, not as much anymore. It's
a bit much for most people.
It's a bit much. It's a bit, for most people, it's a bit try hard. That said, I don't mind it. If you are when you're wearing Highland wear, essentially you're kind of, if you're wearing Highland wear in a room full of suits or a room full of tuxedos, you're automatically kind of the peacock. You're the guy with all the bright colors showing off in a in proper Highland dress. If you are in a room full of guys in kilts, the guy with the tartan jacket, tartan vest, tartan kilt, Argyle hose, you're the king peacock in the room of peacocks.
Right.
So I think that there's room for it, but it's very much screaming, look at me. Some people have the personality to pull it off. If you are more reserved, I'd say I wouldn't do it. But if you're kind of loud, out there, charismatic character, then sure, give it a shot.
Yeah. Now, it is more common by far that you'll see, and we were just looking at some photos to this effect earlier, for a formal setting, someone wearing tartan kilt, tartan waistcoat, and a solid color jacket, like either like a black or velvet green velvet, like a doublet or an Argyle jacket, and it kind of like encapsulates everything and tones it down a little bit. So that's a very common look. But tartan everything, head to toe, that's a lot. Now, if I were going to do it, I would err on the side of caution and do a very dark, very muted tartan. I think some of the tartan tweeds could be really cool. One of those would be really neat. I mean, I think Nordic Heritage would be okay.
There's a photo we go to a lot of Alan Cumming wearing a full tartan outfit, which I like, in Cumming muted.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's pretty good.
I would specify if you're going to do a 3-piece, so kilt, vest, and jacket, I do the vest on the bias.
Absolutely.
So that it's a little, breaks it up a little bit.
Yes.
The secondary reason is if the stripe that's going down the front of the vest is not the exact same stripe that's going down the front of the kilt, it can look a little bit off. The vest is typically made with some darts in strategic locations, so it's less noticeable of breaking up the pattern if it's on the bias with the darts.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think of it that way.
I
don't think it needs to be dark, but it may help a little bit. A little bit more subdued. If it's Royal Stewart, might be a bit much, or a bright red modern tartan might be a bit much.
Yeah.
Would you mix and match tartans in a kilt? So
my gut reaction is that's a bad idea. I mean, I know you've said you've seen people do it occasionally and pull it off, like with a
McLean vest hunting and a McLean red jacket.
Yeah. So I guess if you have two tartans associated with the clan that are complementary enough, maybe you can get away with it. But I don't know. I think that's dangerous territory personally.
I still wouldn't do it. Now, if we were going to wear full tartan suit head to toe, Mac will bring you in for this one as well.
Yeah, I kind of already answered, but I'll come up with another one.
What tartan? Well, you didn't get. We're going to go one tartan. This is your desert island where you need to be dressed formally in a full tartan outfit.
On the desert island.
On a desert island. What tartan would be the one and only?
My new favorite right now.
New current favorite of today
is the Grant 1714.
Okay, so that new one that Lochcarron did with the chief of Clan Grant. Got it. It was the Piper. It was based on a photograph, or not photograph, paintings of the Piper and somebody else from there.
The Grant Piper, very famous painting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Kelly loves that one too. We saw it when we were over in Scotland in person, and we were playing.
I know. That's why I asked you today if we happen to have a swatch in the building.
No, it is pretty strong. That's a pretty strong tartan.
It is.
So that would be a statement.
It's moderate. It's the green isn't bright bold green, but it's not super muted. It's kind of in the middle. Okay. So Grant, 1814 variant.
1714.
It's 1714. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Eric.
There's a few. The one you have, which is the Wilsons of Bannockburn, the Stewart.
Damn you! I'll think of another one really quickly.
I would the Stewart, was it Stewart Hunting? Stewart of Appin Hunting?
It's
Stewart Old color. Yeah, Stewart Old.
Stewart Old Wilson's Bannockburn colors.
I think it's gorgeous. I would love that. Like I said earlier, I would do Nordic Heritage in a heartbeat. I think that the new from the Genesis of Tartan collection, the Lost Tartan,
the brown one,
the one with the brown, I think that would be really good.
Okay.
I'm leaning towards darker, but
it's based on a jacket too.
But they all pale in comparison to my dream tartan suit, which of course would be shepherd check.
Yes.
Get out. Get out.
Like 40 people all dressed in that together.
Oof. Oof. My
like
eyes are
static.
Yes. Okay, so
that's a power move right there. You wear that to the clan society meeting. It's like, you're going to listen to me. I'm not leaving until you do what I want.
That is a spunky load of noodles.
With a purple tie, bright silk purple necktie.
Yes. You'd go over well in Northumbria.
Got him. Okay. Go ahead. For serious.
It's also known as the Northumbrian tartan.
It is indeed.
Yes.
It is indeed.
I would say something, I kind of agree with you, something a little bit more toned down so it's not so bam in your face. I was going to say the Stewart Old Wilson's Bannockburn colors. I could potentially see, if we're going more the historical route, I could potentially see doing the Culloden historical collection from House of Edgar. It's based on the Culloden coat.
I know it's stronger than I personally would want, but
it's still got a base muted kind of color palette. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind that one. It's still colorful without being too much
obnoxious.
Without being obnoxious. I could also see doing a weathered, like Stewart Old Weathered, like what Mac is wearing today. I could see doing that, but I would want more color in it. I wouldn't want it to just be brown and gray for the tartan that I'm wearing in a full suit. So I would probably say the Culloden, historical Culloden recreation tartan, whatever it's called.
Okay, here's the next weird question. What if you did same tartan, but for the kilt and the jacket, you do it in weathered, and then for the waistcoat, you do it in modern or muted on the bias?
I wouldn't.
Okay. It's a thought exercise. I wouldn't either.
Yeah, because the color... If you said ancient and modern, those are more complementary. Like the greens would pair well. But if you went to a muted green, which is like olive, has a lot of yellow in it, and then a modern with like a forest green or like a beer bottle green, it doesn't blend well together. So I wouldn't do it. So ancient and modern, I would potentially mix, and that's it. I don't think I would mix anything else. Mac, you agree with that?
Yeah, I'm kind of on that page. I also want them to be similar set sizes too.
That's a good point.
Something that is close in set size. So one's not like an exaggerated larger set. They're all similar. So I kind of went like thinking of like you talked about the coming tartan, like they're all very similar in set. Like I could see those two mixed together.
Yeah,
that way.
But I think I'm gonna go back a little bit and kind of touch on something you said earlier. I think if you're gonna do tartan as an outfit, and up top tartan as well as on the bottom half tartan, I still like the idea of a tartan waistcoat or tartan vest on the bias, and then a solid color jacket. So whether it's
classic,
a tweed jacket, or whether it's for a smart day wear kind of look, or whether it's a velvet sheriff muir, or whether it's a black PC, I'd rather see a tartan vest on the bias, because it's a touch, it's something, but it's not overwhelming in your face. Right. It's just a little, it's a chef's kiss to it versus the look at me.
It's like I said, it kind of contains it.
Yeah.
It kind of reins it in, literally, because you have a dark color, solid color kind of surrounding it. So
agreed. So question of the day: would you wear a full tartan outfit, or would you wear a tartan vest with a tartan kilt on the bias or not? Let us know your thoughts on this one particular. Would you wear tartan up top and tartan on the bottom half with a kilt? I am curious. Let me know in the comments.
I have a tangential question.
So do I.
To that.
I just thought another one as well.
Okay.
You go first.
I'm curious if there's anybody out there who, go ahead, laugh now, goes both ways, and also does like Saxon suits, if you would wear a tartan suit.
That's literally the thing I was going to say. Was what about tartan pants?
Yeah.
Not trews, but tartan pants, trousers, with a tartan vest and or tartan jacket. So let's say you're going somewhere, or you don't want to wear your kilt because you don't have a full thing. But would you wear a full tartan suit? Would you wear a tweed? Now, okay, let's go down. We're halfway down the rabbit hole. Let's keep going.
Tangent.
Why turn back now? There's no room to turn around.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Okay.
Right down.
Over the cliff.
Yep.
Which one of us is Thelma?
Okay. So I think I would wear tartan trousers and a tartan vest. Would I wear a tweed jacket with that, or would I wear a tartan jacket with that? Would I wear a tartan jacket with like a sweater vest and a dress shirt, like a plain color sweater vest and tartan pants? How crazy do we want to go with this? How much tartan is too much tartan?
Fair Isle jumper with a tartan pants and jacket.
I'm trying
and
to be classy.
And a purple necktie. No, I've actually always kind of thought the tweed, like a traditional tweed suit, trousers and jacket, and a tartan waistcoat was good, because you get that pop, but the tweed balances it out. Subdues it, I should. That would be my more conservative approach to this, but I'm not really into tartan pants. I'm not into tartan trousers personally. Doesn't do it for me.
Mac, would you wear tartan trousers in like a 3-piece tartan suit? Money is not a thing. We're just
we're just throwing all chips forward. Like, I think if in a situation, let's say I was going to a wedding and not necessarily the bride, and I checked with the bride to see if it'd be okay if I wore my kilt, and they were like, no, I'd rather not wear a kilt.
Right.
Like, I think that is a good alternative for something like that. So in that case, I could see doing something like that if you're working in an office situation where you're more like, I don't know, not necessarily a lawyer, but somewhere where you have to wear more of a business outfit. Like, this might be a good way to just give yourself a nod in that direction. So I think there's definitely a space for it in those types of scenarios.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as we would like it to be. Otherwise, there are places and times where a kilt is not really considered what you should wear.
It gives it a good space for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am 100% of the mindset that if you are in a profession, and I'm going to take this beyond kilts. If you're in a profession where you're either sales or you're trying to attract sales or trying to be memorable for a particular reason. So if you're a realtor or if you're a salesperson or whatever, and you want to have like a signature look to your outfit, having a tartan piece of the outfit is 100% a great way to do that. Yeah. So I've often market having the kilted window washer guys. Mm-hmm. That's a marketing thing. A kilt, we have a customer who's a kilted realtor.
He has the kilted realtor. Yeah.
Let's say you're like, I don't know. Some customers may not want to have a realtor who wears a kilt because they might think it's weird. Fine, but maybe tartan pants, maybe a tartan blazer. Wearing something else. Who's the guy? Remember the show Law and Order? Mm-hmm. The original Law and Order. The guy, the same actor that is Mr. Big in Sex and the City. I forget the guy's name. North.
You're gonna. North? I'm gonna be bad at this.
Something North. Anyway, he wears. If you watch the original Law and Orders, he wears tartan neckties for every freaking show. Okay. Every show he had.
Chris North.
I knew it. So he wears tartan neckties every episode of the show on Law and Order. That was his signature. Now, I assume he's just doing it on the show, but it's something to kind of, it's in the same way some guys like wearing a bow tie at the office because that's their thing. A tartan piece of your outfit could be a thing. Now, a tartan jacket is a bit loud. Tartan pants can be a bit loud. But if you're wearing them, as we discussed, in slightly less in-your-face colors, it could be a thing. A black watch jacket would be nice.
I was going to say, I think
that's
darker.
Pretty classic, actually.
Yeah,
more darker tartans, I think, in this case, really work out well for this scenario.
It's club wear.
Versus like a Loud McLeod.
Yes.
Yeah. But tartan jackets are definitely club wear. That a country club setting.
Yeah.
Pretty common.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Let us know in the comments. Would you wear a tartan jacket with pants, with a kilt, whatever? Would you wear any of that stuff we're talking about? Fight about it down in the comments. It's a good place to fight. Cool. All right, boys and girls. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed our little wee blather here. Until next time, boys and girls. Slán Java. Thanks for joining us, guys. Remember, if you like bite-sized nuggets of Kilts and Culture content, we have an entire other channel dedicated to just clips of this show or other shows. Head over to the Kilts and Culture Clips channel right here on YouTube.